On Air with Lucy, welcome back. And today I have other guests with Rock Around the Clock. Ladies and gentlemen, with me here, Mike Byrne. How are you, Mike?
I'm very well, thank you, Lucy. Great to be here.
I say right? Byrne, Byrne.
Just like the Johnny Cash song.
And welcome in with the family, the Rock Around the Clock in Starts in concert. And tell me about you, Mike. Who is Mike?
Mike is just some guy who likes to entertain, who started an awful long time ago, back in Liverpool in 1943, would you believe? But by 1943, 53, 56, I was listening to the radio one day, and I heard out of the radio this guy called Elvis Presley sing, "Well, since my baby left," Elvis, Heartbreak Hotel.
Wow.
And when I heard that, I said, that's what I want to do. I want to be Elvis.
Tell me your passion for the music. What you said Elvis. What make you come in this entertainment?
Well, the job came later, but I loved rock and roll. I loved Elvis. I loved Jerry Lee Lewis, Buddy Holly. I had a group in Liverpool. I started a group when I was about 15 years old. And we were a 4-piece band, and we were a bit more like an instrumental band. Because one time I used to play bass guitar as well as sing.
Wow.
So we were kind of an instrumental band doing Shadows and Duane Eddy stuff. And then I just wanted to just keep getting better. And then eventually I found this club in Liverpool called the Cavern Club, and found out that there was a group there called the Beatles playing.
I have something here, ladies and gentlemen, and we will talk about Beatles after.
And so I was learning some Elvis songs, Heartbreak Hotel, Hound Dog, and all the other Elvis early songs. I love the early ones, like That's All Right, My Little Mystery Train, the stuff he did at Sun Records. And then we heard about this other guy called Jerry Lee Lewis, because I was doing Chuck Berry, I was doing Buddy Holly.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was doing all that stuff first. But the first time I did a Jerry Lee Lewis song was at what they call a holiday camp in England. And a friend of mine, Rory Storm, was playing a residency every year. And so I go down, and once a week they have what they call a talent contest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go in for the talent contest. I'm 15 years old, and Rory and his band were playing every night in the theatre. So on the talent night, I said, I'll go. He said, what do you want to sing? I said, a whole lot of shaking going on. And I was singing that when I was 15. And who was on the drums backing me? Ringo Starr. He was in Rory Storm's band. So Ringo Starr backed me when I was 15 years old, doing a whole lot of shaking going on. And then I went back to Liverpool, and with 4 mates, we formed a band, and we were doing all the stuff that I like, Elvis, Chuck Berry, Buddy Holly. And so that's how it became. And so I didn't do Jerry Lee Lewis piano-wise until much later.
Before I forgot, you can sing this any short from this song you just said?
Whole lot of shaking?
Yeah.
Coming over, baby, whole lot of shaking going on. Yeah. I said, coming over, baby, whole lot of shaking going on. You can shake it for me, Lucy.
Oh my God, I shake, Mike.
I hope you do, Lucy.
What was your connection with us, Jerry Lee Lewis, in the show?
All through the 70s and 80s, I was singing in cabaret clubs and theatre clubs. And then I built the Beatles story in the 90s. But in 2020, I started with a rock and roll group in Liverpool called Jukebox Eddies, which had a double bass, stand-up bass, guitar, drums. And I was just singing then. I wasn't playing piano. I was just singing, standing up, doing a lot of Elvis stuff. But we did all the early Elvis stuff, some Johnny Cash, a lot of Carl Perkins, and a lot of Buddy Holly, and a few obscure rockabilly things. My girl is red hot, flip, flop, and fly, stuff like that. And so I did that for a while, and then one day the bass player, whose band it was, Owen, he said, "Mike, I believe you play the piano." I said, "Yeah, a bit." He said, "Well, why don't you bring the piano in?"
But
And
you was play
do
before
some
you play before piano or never
just
play?
a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit, but not seriously.
Mhm.
And then this guy said, "Why don't you bring the piano along and let's do some Jerry Lee Lewis? Then we will be different from all the other rock and roll groups in Liverpool." And so that's what I did. Bought the piano, and slowly over the next few years, I morphed into Jerry Lee Lewis.
What's your favorite moment in your career?
My career, well, over the last 150 years, I've had an awful lot of good moments, but a couple of them were with my rock and roll band. And one day we got a call from a friend who said, "Would you like to support Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis on a show at the Empire Theatre in Liverpool?" Would I? Yes, please. Yes, please. So the guy said, "Okay, you've got 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes opening up the show for two of my legends, my favorite guys." So, okay. The next day, "Mike, can you do 30 minutes? Yeah. Okay. The next day, "Can you do 40 minutes? Yeah, we can do 40 minutes. I said, "Why?" He said, "Because Jerry Lee doesn't feel very well. He's only doing 25 minutes. Chuck Berry, because Jerry Lee's only doing 25 minutes, says, I'm not going to do any more than that. And so the show will be over by the interval. So you've got to do 40 minutes before they come on." So we went on and did this show in the Liverpool Empire, which holds 3,000 people, and we stormed it. But the bad thing for me was I couldn't play piano because I was doing Jerry Lee Lewis songs, so I couldn't do any Jerry Lee Lewis songs. So I was doing all the Carl Perkins and the Elvis songs. So that was a great day. No, while we were there, we went up to Jerry Lee Lewis because he was stood in the wings, and we said, "Can we have your autograph, Mr. Lewis?" And he said, "No, get lost." He really wasn't in a good mood. And Chuck Berry was the same. They didn't like working with each other. So two of my heroes, they weren't very nice people, but the music's great. One day, I got a call from a friend of mine who runs a theatre near Liverpool, and he said, "Mike, James Burton is coming over to play for us. Would you like to do Jerry Lee Lewis with James Burton?" And I said, "Wow. Oh, yes, please." So we go and rehearse the day before the show. James is there, and he's looking at us in a kind of a, I wonder who is this guy? What can he do? So I'm trying to do the songs that James recorded with him, like "Rocking My Life Away" and "Who Will the Next Fool Be?" And so I've learned these, and obviously the usual ones: "Great Balls of Fire," "Whole Lot of Shaking." So we rehearse these, and James is looking for me, and he's going, he nods a couple of times. Okay, okay. He may be okay, this guy. On the night of the show, we go through the show, and I do 25 minutes with James Burton, and you can see him after the second song, he relaxes and starts rocking along with me. And then after the show, we all went for a meal, and he said to Bernadette, my wife, he said, "If Jerry Lee Lewis could sing as well as you, he'd make more money." So
it was a nice compliment.
Lovely compliment, yeah. So they were some highlights of my career, and then my next highlight is being here at the Estrell in this show, Rock Around the Clock, because I never expected at my age, last year, 82 years old, for someone to go, "Would you like to be in a musical?" Because that's what this is, really. It's a kind of a musical. We've got a narrator, we've got a story. It's the Alan Freed story with all these rock and roll stars: Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis,
Johnny
Johnny
Cash.
Cash, Buddy Holly, Bill Haley, and Connie Francis.
Yeah.
It's a fabulous show, and I didn't know what to expect, but we did when we rehearsed. It
You
was.
was a little bit nervous, tell me.
Was I nervous?
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes, I was a bit nervous. I was a bit nervous. But you know what? Everyone was so nice. Everyone was so nice. In fact, the funny thing was, because I got this show through my son Matt,
Yeah.
everybody said, "Are you Matt?
Sorry.
Are you Matt's dad?"
Matt duet Robbie Williams here in Starts in concert. Matt, I want to invite you for an interview too. I wait for you.
So everybody was saying, "Are you Matt's dad? Are you Matt's dad?" Yes, I'm Matt's dad. I'm Matt's dad. I nearly got a T-shirt saying, "I'm Matt's dad," because everybody, that's all they said. They didn't know me as Mike. And
Okay.
it's Mike.
Mhm.
Anyway, so they looked at my internet stuff, YouTube, and said, "Can you come and be Jerry Lee Lewis in this great show?"
Because you make the people dance and you dance in your piano, you play and you make everybody crazy in your set. Yeah?
I just love Jerry Lee Lewis's songs, and I'm very lucky that his songs are exciting, so I can do stuff on the piano. And Jerry Lee Lewis, I think he was crazy because he followed Elvis in Sun Studios. Elvis was the king of rock and roll with all those movements and everything. But Jerry Lee Lewis also wanted to be the king of rock and roll, I think. And so when he went on television doing Great Balls of Fire, he did as much as he could to make himself seen and look crazy.
Mhm.
And I think that's what it is. And I try and bring that to this show here in the Estrelles in Rock Around the Clock.
And you think you have something similar for him? You, Mike, and Jerry Lee Lewis, you
Well,
have something for him?
all I have from him is his style. I sing in the style of Jerry Lee Lewis. I try and get the feeling in his voice, the phrasing, and all that kind of stuff. And if it pleases the audience, it pleases me. The show was the best 8 weeks of my life, kind of. It was great. Everyone in the show is fabulous, so lovely. It's a great show. What's great is the energy in the show. Everybody has so much energy, and we work together as a team, and that's what's so good. And that was what happened last year, and then here I am back again for another Rock Around the
Yes.
Clock with the same energy.
I would like to ask you. I know you take time, all time with the break, love to travel with your wife in Europa. And which place in Europa is your favorite one? And which place, if you could to choose to live forever, tell me where.
Well, I don't think I'd ever leave Liverpool forever. But if I could live somewhere else, it would be in Andorra, which is a mountainous country between France and Spain, and it has skiing. And I love skiing, and I would go there because it's all relaxing, it's beautiful, it's high, the air is fresh, and it's duty free.
You don't make a promo for, they don't pay us for this. Like,
Are we not paying us? Are we not getting paid for this? Have we not got a sponsor?
no,
No.
no.
I thought we were sponsored. No, there's no sponsor. Surely one of these rich people here would sponsor us.
I can continue.
Consider
Which
Good.
your favorite food, Mike?
Food, I think it's salmon. I'm a pescatarian. I like fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Or tapas.
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 And you just say your favorite song is rock.
Rock and roll, yeah, but I like Andrea Bocelli,
Oh.
the Italian tenor. I love his music too.
What is your favorite part from Rock Around the Clock?
Well, it's when I am introduced and I say to the audience, "Hello, you good looking thing." And Johnny Cash says, "Thanks, Jerry Lee." That's my favorite
Really?
part of the show.
Wow.
Oh, how you doing, man? Oh, that's for you. Oh, no. Marketing. Marketing and promotion. I love doing.
When you go up on the piano?
No. That's. I'll tell you about that. I'll tell you about going up on the
Yeah.
piano. First, shall I tell you about one of my favorite songs is "Hit the Road Jack." I never expected to be asked to do "Hit the Road Jack." Ray Charles has always been one of my heroes, and when I saw that in the show, I thought, "Oh, that's great! I'm doing a Ray Charles song." So that's a highlight of the show for me.
Yeah.
But the whole lot of shaking thing, I obviously, like everyone else in the show, studies the people they're going to take off. And one of the things in Jerry Lee's shows where he kicks the piano, that was one of the obvious ones. The other obvious one is when he kicks the piano. But another one is where he climbed on top of the piano. And so I didn't tell anybody
I know.
that I was going to.
I can tell you, I heard I was in the backstage. "Wah!" I was like, what's happened? What's happened?
Really?
Mike is in the piano.
Really?
Yeah.
So I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my wife, the kids, anybody. And nobody in the cast knew, I don't think.
No.
No. So that's a bit of a highlight, climbing on the piano and getting a reaction.
You are any surprise, Ubaracho man. I heard about Beatles. We talk about Beatles because after Rock Around the Clock, in 3 July, if I'm not wrong, 3 July, come Beatles. And you have a lot to say about Beatles. You can tell a little bit about the Beatles for me?
Yeah, of course. Well, I tell you, a long time ago, when I worked for my dad, I worked around the corner from the Cavern Club. So I would go there in my lunch hours and I would see lots of Liverpool groups, big Liverpool groups, who made records later, but particularly the Beatles. I became friends with them, and many years later, my wife Bernadette and I opened a Beatles exhibition in Liverpool, and that's called the Beatles Story. We opened it in 1990, and so that's 36 years ago. It's the biggest Beatles exhibition in the whole world. We get 300,000 visitors every year, and 2 years ago, we wrote a book about our experiences because Bernadette actually went out, dated two Beatles, George Harrison and Paul McCartney.
I can show the book.
Yes, we wrote this.
Here, that is the book for the birth. You can tell, no?
I'll tell, yeah, it's called The Birth of the Beatles Story. It's difficult to find a title for anything, but that's what it was. It is the birth of the Beatles story, and it's got lots and lots of pictures in it. It's got notes from George Harrison to Bernadette. It's got pictures of Bernadette with George Harrison and Paul McCartney.
And where I can find only I found this online or just
online. You can get it on Amazon. Obviously, Amazon is the place to get it, or you can chase me around to a book signing in Liverpool or Berlin, and I will sign it for you.
Or for the fans, if you interested about the book, and you can have a signature from Mike with book.
Yes, we can.
I want to have the last. It's like I did, I did this the first interview with David Mann and Graham Patrick, and then I make this last quiz. Is a fast one, and then I have a question and you answer. Okay, let's go do it.
I'll do my best. Yes.
I dream.
Sorry.
I dream.
What's that?
Wait.
A what?
Okay, it's great.
So, no, just
You
keep
need
going.
to. You need to, because
I'm not sure.
I dream.
A dream. Coming back here next year and working with all these fabulous people.
I dream comes true.
My dream come true was when I worked with James Burton.
An inspiration.
My inspiration is rock and roll.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everybody. And the last chance to see Rock Around the Clock until 28th June. Come to see Mike and enjoy the show.
The rest of the great show that we have here.
Next show, Beatles. Show Theater, 3
Yes.
July.
3rd of July is the Beatles show coming to the Estrell.
Exactly.
Absolutely fabulous. She loves you, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
She loves you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She loves you,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. You can tell me your favorite.
Favorite moments.
Wait. Hey, Mike, what is your favorite?
I love it.